Hey there, and welcome to the Confident Woman Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Brooks. Join me as I sit down and chat with co-hosts, friends, and carefully curated guests and talk about all the things that empower you to become your best and most confident self. So, let's get started. Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Confident Woman Podcast. So today, I want to talk about overcoming discouragement. And if you're anything like me, then possibly you too have faced situations where you just feel so discouraged and you can't seem to, really just shake it off. So no matter where you are in this scenario or situation, whatever you're encountering, know this, you are not alone. And in fact, discouragement is a common feeling that we all face at some point in our lives. And it really is just kind of the opposite of what it feels like to be confident. And so that's why I really want to talk about discouragement today. But first, I just want to let you know that it is important to remember that whatever we encounter, whatever kind of discouragement we're, facing in the season that we're in, it's not the end all be all. It's not the end of the road. And in fact, that we can really use, discouragement, the setback, disappointment, whatever it is, as a tool to rebuild our resilience and our confidence in our journeys. So first and foremost, we really need to acknowledge that discouragement is a normal part of the process. It's totally, normal in the sense that it's going to lead to disappointment. It's going to lead to moments of self-doubt. But whatever that is that you're experiencing, it's okay. It's okay to feel all those things, especially when things don't go as planned or when we encounter challenges and setbacks. It's so important to realize that it's all part of this bigger picture, this bigger outcome, and to not let it define us or take over our lives. And with that, we really need to look at it from a place of what can discouragement teach us? What can we gain from this as an opportunity to really reflect and learn from this experience that we're feeling? We need to ask ourselves questions like, what can I learn from these situations that, are making me feel the certain way? What can I do differently next time? And when we find ourselves in these situations, again, this type of self-reflection, and I say this, self-reflection because it really makes us take pause, but also provides that accountability for us to really look inward and ask ourselves those hard questions. And sometimes it's, putting paper to pen and just coming up with the questions, but also finding those answers that are within us. So these self-reflection questions help us to grow and become more resilient in the future as we face more challenges that, to be honest, are going to lead to more disappointment. But that's that discouragement. And we can't focus on just the outcome and that discouragement of not getting the results that we want to be, again, the end all be all and just throw our hands up and say, well, that's it. It's done. We're over. Because it really gives us that pause moment to look within and seek out the lessons that we're learning from the experiences and the situations that we're encountering. Also, I want to note that we can, if we find ourselves in these situations, to know that there's others out there that can really help shine a new light and a new perspective, and providing that support system to really empower you and encourage you to find the guidance, to lean on each other, to understand that you're not in this journey alone, and to know that you don't have to go at it alone. So surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting, just incredible individuals that can really pour into you, who believe in you, and who can really just embrace those abilities and qualities about you that sometimes when we're, in the thick of discouragement and disappointment, we can't even see past our own capabilities. So sometimes we just need that outside perspective. And also, if we look at it from that, place of really, how can we pick ourselves back up and feel encouraged? It's about providing ourselves with that motivation and inspiration that, sometimes those individuals should just really pour into us and make us feel more confident and give us that hope to just keep going. So with these experiences that we encounter, again, can feel so heavy and so discouraged, the discouragement of it. But to know that those experiences are actually lessons that will empower you and encourage you to give back, empower and inspire others to do the same. So by sharing your story, your lessons, your experiences, taking what you've learned and using it to, really empower others and make them feel less alone on their own journey, and knowing that their struggles will also provide hope for them in the future to give back to others as well. And so it's kind of like this cycle, this reciprocity of how can we take our experiences, find the moments of goodness and greatness, like the silver lining, and use it to our advantage to not only overcome our own obstacles, but then we add that to our tool belt and also able to give back to others who are in those situations or need a helping hand. And you have walked that experience before them, so you can give them that courage and confidence to keep going. So the next time you feel discouraged, just remember again, this is not the end of the road. This is not the end all be all. And in those moments of defeat and we feel like we just want to give up, give yourself grace. Give yourself rest. Take a step back. Give yourself that opportunity to see things differently. Ask a friend, ask somebody that is in your support network, or even ask some of our ladies in our community to be an extra set of eyes and ears to see things and hear things differently that can really pour into you to help, again, providing an opportunity to build that resilience, to boost your confidence and esteem in your own journey so that you can encourage and inspire others. So I just wanted to share this little tidbit of information and just kind of takeaways, because again, as we embark on these journeys, sometimes the little lessons, they don't go amiss, and we want to give back to others as well, because sometimes it's just about, we may already know this, but it's just little gentle reminders to keep going. No matter how heavy and hard life can feel, that there's always, always hope. We just need to keep moving forward. So I hope that this piece helps and just inspires you to just really become more resilient and confident in your own journey, and also as a way to give back to others. So let me know if this resonates with you, because of course I love hearing from you, and I love hearing how our podcast, how our community is all coming together to support one another. So until next time, take care. Hey there. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of the Confident Woman Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode as much as I did, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a review. Thanks again for listening.